Pacific Ocean, 1944. 2 American pilots about to take off. Captain Robert Hoover, Lieutenant James Howard. Bob and Jim. They knew each other since childhood. 3 houses apart. Small town, Tennessee. Learned to fly together. Joined the Army Air Corps. Same day. Shipped out, together, in the Air Wingmen, on the ground. Brothers. They made a pact before their first combat mission. "If one of us goes down," Bob said, "the other brings him home no matter what." Jim nodded. No matter what. October 14th. Escort mission. Japanese positions. Fortified island. Standard. They flew dozens like it. Bob checked instruments. P-51 Mustang. Running clean. Good fuel. Full ammunition. He looked over. Jim's plane. Jim gave thumbs up. Through the canopy, Bob returned it. They did not know. This would be the last time. They would see each other. Alive. The squadron took off. 12 fighters climbing. 20,000 feet. West. Enemy territory. Bob and Jim. Side by side. Like always. 2 planes. 1 unit. First hour. Quiet. Clear skies. No contact. Then radio crackled. Enemy fighters. Zeros. North. The dogfight began. 6 zeros. Fast. Aggressive. Diving from the sun, the Americans scattered. Every man for himself. Bob and Jim stayed together. They trained for this 2 against many. A 0. On Bob's tail. Jim broke right. Got position. Fired. The 0 peeled off, trailing smoke. "Got him off you, Bobby." "Thanks, brother." They circled, looking for threats. The sky, chaos, contrails, smoke, tracers cutting air. Bob saw it. 2 zeros. Below, Jim. Jim did not see them. Focused on damaged bomber, Bob keyed Mike. "Jim, brake left. 2 below." Jim banked hard. Too late. The zeros opened fire. Bob watched. Tracers walked up Jim's fuselage, metal tore. Smoke poured from engine. Jim's voice, calm. "I'm hit. Engine's gone. Going down." "Stay with it," Bob shouted. "Get over water." Jim's Mustang trailing fire, losing altitude. Jim kept control, nursing it, gliding, past coastline over ocean. 2 miles out, engine exploded. Bob saw canopy jettison Jim's parachute, white against blue, relief. Jim was alive. Then Bob looked down, heart sank. Jim drifting towards small island, sandbar, no cover, no trees, open beach. Worse. Japanese patrol boat, less than a mile away, heading toward island. They saw the parachute. Jim had 10 minutes before they arrived. Bob knew what the Japanese did to downed pilots. Bob's options, radio for help. Nearest rescue submarine, 2 hours away. Jim did not have 2 hours, minutes. Strafe the patrol boat. Buy time, but low ammunition. More boats would come. Or land. The thought hit him. Land on that beach. Pick up Jim. Take off. Insane. The beach. 400 yards. A P-51 needed 800 for takeoff. Soft sand. Heavy plane. Extra weight. Impossible. Bob looked down. Jim crawling onto beach. Jim looked up. Waved. Not greeting. Goodbye. Jim knew. Bob could not save him. Telling Bob to leave. Survive. Bob thought about the promise. No matter what. He said those words, meant them. The patrol boat. Closer. 6 minutes. Bob keyed radio. Squadron leader. "This is Hoover. Going down to get him." Static. Then, "Say again?" "Landing on that beach. Bringing Jim home." Long pause. "Hoover. Not possible. Beach too short. You will never get off. Have to try." "Bob." Voice gentle now. "Jim would not want you to die trying to save him." Bob looked down. Jim sitting on beach, head in hands. "He's my brother," Bob said. "Gave him my word." Did not wait for response. Pushed stick forward. Dove. Bob came in, low and fast. Island rushed up, wheels touched, Mustang bounced, slammed down. Sand, softer than hoped. Plane fought him, wanted to nose over flip. Bob fought stick, kept tail down, rode brakes, too much, flip, too little, run out of beach, plane slowed, slower, stopped, 50 yards from rocks. Bob killed engine, through open canopy, Jim running, limping, blood on face, alive. You crazy son of a bitch! Jim laughing, crying both. Get in! 2 minutes! P-51, not designed for 2 people, no second seat, no space. Jim climbed wing, Bob grabbed arm, pulled, behind the seat, space behind pilot seat, tiny, 2 feet, meant for radio, ammunition, not a man. Jim squeezed in, folded legs, pressed back against radio, head jammed against canopy frame. I'm in, most of me. Bob hit starter, engine coughed, turned over, roared. Bob looked toward water, patrol boat, close, men on deck. Pointing throttle forward, Mustang lurched, rolled, sand grabbed wheels. Plane felt wrong, heavy, tail wanted to stay down. 2 men, center of gravity off. Bob pulled stick, nose lifted. Not enough, running out of beach. Rocks rushing, 200 yards, 150, 100, not going to make it. Bob felt it. Mustang did not have speed, did not have lift. Behind him, Jim silent, pressed in tiny space, trusting, 50 yards. Bob yanked stick back hard, before plane ready. Mustang shuddered. Stall warning screamed. 1 impossible second. Plane hung, not flying, not falling, suspended. Then, wind caught them. Propeller clawed air, lifted, inches over rocks. Bob kept nose down, building speed. Plane wanted to fall, he would not let it. Cleared island. Over water, low, flying. Behind him. Jim laughed. You did it, actually did it. Bob grinned. Told you, bring you home. Yeah, buying drinks, forever. Bob about to respond. Jim's voice changed. Bobby, I'm bleeding, pretty bad. Back here. How bad? Bob asked. Voice steady. Bad, Jim said. Shrapnel. From zeros. Did not feel it. Adrenaline. Now. Voice getting weaker. 800 miles cruise speed. 3 hours. Jim did not have 3 hours. Talk to me, Bob said. Keep talking. Tell me about Mary. Mary. Jim's girl. Back home, plans to marry. After war. Mary, Jim said. Voice distant. She's gonna be mad. Getting shot up. She will forgive you. You think? I know. Bob pushed throttle faster. Engine screamed, burning fuel. Unsustainable rate. Speed. All that mattered. Pacific stretched below. No landmarks. Water. Jim kept talking first hour. Stories, memories, plans. Slowly. Voice got quieter. Bobby? Yeah, brother? If I don't make it, tell Mary something. You will tell her. Bobby, please. Bob's throat tight. What? Tell her I loved her, every day. Tell her I wanted kids, 3, 4. Tell her I wanted to grow old. You will. And my mom, tell her I was not scared, at the end. Tell her you were with me. Jim, stay with me. Come on. Tired, Bobby, so tired. Fight it, God damn it, Jim, fight. Silence. Jim? Nothing. Jim. Bob twisted, looked back. Jim's eyes, closed, breathing shallow. Blood stopped, either bleeding slowed. Or no more blood left. Bob faced forward, hands shaking. 2 hours left. He flew faster. Time became strange. Bob talked. Even though Jim could not hear, maybe he could, about Tennessee. Creek where they fished. Jim's dad's workshop. First beer. Stolen from garage. Everything. Anything. Fill the silence. Fuel gauge dropped lower. Bob did not care. Make it or not. Together. Finally. After eternity. Radio crackled. Unidentified aircraft. State call sign. Their base, friendly airspace. Captain Robert Hoover. Wounded man aboard. Lieutenant James Howard. Need medical. Runway. Now. Roger, Captain. Cleared immediate landing emergency crews standing by. Bob looked back. Jim, we're home. Made it. Hear me? Home. Jim's eyes flickered, opened slightly. Home, he whispered. Last words he spoke. They buried Jim. Tuesday. Whole squadron came. 200 men. Dress uniforms. White gloves. Chaplain spoke. Sacrifice. Duty. Brotherhood. Bob stood. Attention. Face blank. Inside. Falling apart. Doctors told him. Jim bled out. Over Pacific. 2-hour mark last hour. Bob talked to dead man 800 miles. Jim's body, crammed behind seat, kept his promise, brought Jim home, but not alive. 20 minutes. If he flew faster, pushed harder. Different choices. 20 minutes. It ate at him. Honor guard fired. 3 shots. Sound cracked across airfield. Flag folded, presented. Officer would ship it. Jim's mother. Bob watched, numb. After ceremony, squadron commander, Colonel Matthews, pulled Bob aside. Hard man. Career officer, flew first war. Hoover, he said, what you did. Landing that beach, bravest thing, 30 years service. Bob said nothing. Recommending you, Distinguished Flying Cross, that courage deserves recognition. Bob looked at him. Permission? Speak freely, sir? Granted. Keep your medal, Jim's dead. Medal won't change that. Colonel nodded. You think you failed him? Did fail him. Promised. Bring him home alive. Brought home body. You kept your promise. Captain brought him home. More than most could do. Most would not try. Most would be smart. Most are not brothers. Colonel put hand on Bob's shoulder. Jim Howard died knowing. Best friend risked everything. Died knowing. Not alone. Not failure. Love. Bob's jaw tight. Could not speak. Colonel squeezed his shoulder, walked away. Bob stood there. Alone. Airfield. Sun setting. He thought. Last words Jim spoke. Home. Bob gave him that. Jim died. Knowing going home. Not enough. But something. Bob reported. Duty. Next morning. Requested combat mission. Flight surgeon tried to ground him. Needed time processing. Grief. Bob refused. I'm fine. Not fine. But had to fly. If he stopped. If he thought. He would remember. Jim's voice. Weaker blood. Last 20 minutes. So he flew. Mission after mission. Angry. Reckless. Like trying to join Jim. Squadron mates noticed. Gave space. Worried looks. No one said anything. They understood. Every pilot knew. Worst thing. Not dying. Surviving. When wingman did not. Bob flew 62 more missions. War ended. Every one. Alone. Never took another wingman. Already lost. The only one. That mattered. Bob stood. Porch. Small house. Tennessee. Same street. Grew up. 3 houses apart. Jim's house. 5 minutes. Hand raised. Knock. Unable to move, door opened. Jim's mother. Mrs. Howard. Age 10 years. In one. Bobby, she said. Soft. Wondered when you'd come. Ma'am, I'm sorry. Should have come sooner. You're here now. Come in. House smelled like Jim. Childhood. Home. Photos. Every surface. Jim. Baby. First bicycle. Uniform. Mrs. Howard saw Bob looking. Can't take them down, she said. Everyone says, move on. But I can't. You should not have to. She gestured. Couch. They sat. Long moment and neither spoke. Mrs. Howard broke silence. They told me. You were there. When it happened. Bob nodded. Tell me, she said. Please, need to know. Letters, official reports. Don't say anything real. Need to know. From you. From someone there. Bob's hands shook, clasped together. I don't know if I can. Please. Bob took breath, told her everything. Mission, dogfight, zeros. Jim getting hit, parachute, island, patrol boat. Decision to land. Mrs. Howard listened, silent, tears running. Bob told her, cramming Jim into cockpit, impossible takeoff, flight home. 800 miles Jim talking, getting weaker, asking Bob, tell Mary. He loved her. The moment, over Pacific. Jim stopped talking. Last 20 minutes. Bob finished. Could not look at her. I'm sorry, he said, voice breaking. Promised him. Bring him home alive. Failed. Failed him. Failed you. Mrs. Howard reached over, took his hand. Bobby. Look at me. He did. Tears on his face. You did not fail him, she said. You gave something most mothers never get. Brought my boy home. So many mothers. Sons still out there. Lost. Unknown graves. No graves. But I buried my son. Said goodbye. Because of you. But if I'd been faster, if... Stop. Voice firm. Jimmy told me, before shipped out, if anything happened. Hoped you'd be there. He knew. You'd move heaven and earth, bring him home. And you did. Risked your life. Did something impossible. Most men would have left him, but you did not, because you loved him. Bob could not speak. Jimmy died knowing. His brother was with him. Did not die alone. Did not die wondering. Anyone would bring him home. That's a gift. Bobby greatest gift. Given him. Given me. She squeezed hand. Thank you. For bringing my boy home. Bob broke. Grief. Held for year. Guilt. Weight poured out. Mrs. Howard held him, like 100 times, when boy, mother, comforting son's brother. They sat, two people, bound by loss, bound by love. After long time, Mrs. Howard spoke. What will you do? Now war's over? Bob wiped eyes. Don't know. Flying, I guess, all I know. Jim would want you keep flying. Loved watching you fly. Said you were best. He was better. You were team. Teams carry each other. Even when one gone, you'll carry him in sky, where he belongs. Bob nodded. They talked. Another hour. Jim. Memories. Future. Bob finally left, weight on shoulders. Not gone, but lighter. Mrs. Howard stood, porch, watching him go. Bobby, she called. He turned. Come back. Any time. You're family. Always family. Bob nodded, throat tight. Yes, ma'am. Walked home. 3 houses down. Same street. Felt different. Jim was gone. Never change. But Bob, not alone. Not really carried Jim. Heart. Memories. As long as Bob flew, Jim flew too. October 14th, 1994, 50 years, to the day. Bob Hoover, 72 now. Grey hair, lined face, still strong, drove to cemetery like every year. Same route, same time, cemetery, quiet, autumn leaves. Bob walked, Jim's grave, simple headstone. Lieutenant James Howard, 1922 to 1944, beloved son, brother in arms. Bob knelt, hand on stone. "Hey, brother," he said. 50 years. Believe it? Wind rustled, trees pilgrimage, every year. 50 years. Never missed. Early years. Came alone. Unable to speak. Just present. Later. Started talking. Telling Jim life. Flights. Family. Married. Children. Grandchildren now. Famous. Legend. Aviation. Greatest test pilot. Flew with Jaeger. Broke records, survived crashes. Should have killed him, but never forgot. Day he could not save. Best friend. Still think about it, Bob said. Last hour talking to you, not knowing. You were gone. Sometimes wonder if you heard me, or if just talking to myself. Car pulled up. Behind him. Bob turned his daughter. Sarah, named after Jim's mother. "Dad," she said, gentle. "Thought I'd find you here." "Every year, sweetheart." Sarah walked over, stood beside, looking at headstone. "Tell me about him, again," she said. Bob told her. Hundreds of times. She always asked, knew. "Father needed to tell best friend," Bob said. "Grew up, right here, 3 houses apart, did everything. Together. War came, went together, flew together. And you saved him. Tried to. Dad, you did. Brought him home. Not alive." Sarah put arm around father. "You gave dignity. Gave family closure. Not failure. Love." Bob's eyes wet 50 years. Guilt. What ifs. Never fully left. "Just wish. Been faster. You flew. 800 miles. Best friend. Kept promise. Uncle Jim. He knew. Mom told me. Met Jim's mother. Mrs. Howard said. You were son she gained. When lost Jim." Bob nodded, unable to speak. Stood together father, daughter, grave. Man died. Before she born. But who? In way. Gave her life. Bob survived. Came home. Built family. Named daughter. After Jim's mother. Son. James. Made sure. Name. Memory. Would continue. "Dad," Sarah said. "Something. Want to show you." Pulled an envelope purse, handed to him. Bob opened. Letter, yellowed. Age. "What is this?" "Read it." Bob unfolded. Handwriting shaky. Old. Dated. 2 months ago. "Dear Captain Hoover, my name, Thomas Howard. Don't know me. But you knew, Uncle. Lieutenant James Howard. Writing. Thank you. What you did 50 years ago. Grandmother, Jim's mother. Passed. Last month. 93. Before died. Asked me. Find you. Give message." She said, "You gave her greatest gift. Brought son home. Let her say goodbye. Wanted you know. Never forgot. Neither will we, our family. Tell story. Uncle Jim. And you every generation. So they know. Real friendship, real sacrifice. Thank you. Bringing Uncle home. Thank you. Carrying him. All these years can put burden down now. Jim made it home. Because of you. That's enough. Sincerely, Thomas Howard." Bob read, then read again. Hands shook. "She never forgot," Sarah said, soft. "Neither did they." Bob looked. Daughter, then headstone. "Hear that, Jim?" he said. "You made it. We both did." First time 50 years. Bob felt peace. Not absence of grief. Grief always there. But acceptance. Did everything he could. Kept promise. Jim's family understood. Grateful. Maybe. Enough. Placed letter, headstone, weighted, small stone. "See you next year, brother," Bob said. First time. Words did not feel guilt, felt like hope. October 14th, 2015. Children helped Bob, out of car, moved slowly, years caught up, mind, sharp as ever. Sarah held arm guided, Jim's grave, Bob lowered slowly, knees, hand trembling, reached out, touched stone. "Hey, brother," he said, voice weak, clear. "Not sure how many more times do this." Family stood back, giving space. 71 years, Bob said. Since that day. Believe it? 71 years, still remember, every second. Paused, breathing hard. Met your brother, Thomas, your family. Good people, Jim. You'd be proud. Remember you tell stories, pass down. Bob smiled. And me. Tired, brother, real tired, but wanted. Come, one more time, to say thank you. Voice broke. Thank you, for being friend, for trusting me, for letting me try. Crying now, openly. No, I could not save you, but you saved me. Gave me purpose, gave me reason, be better, fly better, live better. Every flight, every test, every time, pushed past fear, thought. What would Jim do? Made me braver. You made me braver. Leaned forward, pressed forehead against stone. See you soon, brother. Save me seat. We've got. Lot of flying. Catch up on. Sarah knelt, beside him. Helped up. Dad, she said, gentle. Should go. Need rest. Bob nodded. Did not move. Not yet. Stood there, looking. Headstone, memorizing. Last time, Bobby. Voice. Soft, behind him. Bob turned. Elderly woman, maybe 90, walked slowly. Young man, grandson, helped her. Mrs. Robinson, Bob said Mary. Jim's girl, married, years after Jim died. Another name, but Bob stayed in touch. Letters, Christmas cards. Hoped you'd be here, Mary said. Come every year too. Usually morning, was not sure. If you still came. Every year, Bob said, since 44. Stood there, two old people bonded, by love, for man long dead. Never stopped loving him, Mary said, even after married. Had family. Jim was. First love. He loved you. Talked about you. Last flight. Made me promise. Tell you. You did. Came. Right after war. Told me everything. Helped. Knowing. Not alone. Mary reached out. Took Bob's hand. Thank you, she said. For trying. For caring. For remembering. Could not forget. Stood together. 3 people. Bob. Mary, Sarah, and Jim's grave. 4 people. Really. Jim there too. In stories. Memories. Love that never died. Tell you something, Mary said. Never told anyone. Bob looked. When I married, my husband, good man, kind, knew about Jim, never asked. To forget. Said love does not die, just changes shape. Smiled, tears on face. Realized. Jim gave me that. Ability. Love again. He showed me. Real love. Sacrifice. Loyalty. Courage. You showed me too, Bobby, when you risked everything. Bring him home. That's what love does. Risks. tries, even when impossible. Bob could not speak. Mary leaned forward, kissed headstone. "Goodbye, my love," she whispered, "until we meet." Turned to Bob. "Take care, Bobby. When you see him, tell him. Never forgot." "I will." Mary grandson. Walked away, slowly. To car. Bob watched them go. "Dad," Sarah said, "time." Bob nodded, placed both hands. Headstone. "Last time. See you soon, brother." Then, Bob Hoover. Walked away. From cemetery. From grave. From guilt. Carried. 71 years. Kept promise. Every year 7 decades. Now. Finally. Could let go. Not memory. Never that. But burden. Jim was home. Bob made sure. And that. After all these years, enough. Family gathered. Reading. Bob Hoover's will. Sarah opened envelope. Read aloud. "To my family. Lived long life. Good life. Full of adventure. Full of love. But one thing. Need you know. One thing. Need you do. When I die, don't bury me. Veteran cemetery, don't bury. With honors, bury me. Next to Jim. Lieutenant James Howard, my brother, my wingman, my best friend. Made him promise. 72 years ago. Bring him home. Kept that promise then. Want to keep it now. We flew together. Life. Let us rest together. Death. Thank you. Understanding. Honoring this. Thank you. Carrying on. Story. Memory. Tell your children. Their children. About friendship. Loyalty. Sacrifice. That's what Jim taught me. That's what he gave me. That's what I want. Give you. Love each other. Protect each other. When someone needs you. When it seems impossible, try anyway. Some things. Worth the impossible. Love always, Dad." Sarah finished. Tears streaming. Family sat. Silence. Then Sarah smiled. "Of course," she said. "Of course." 2 weeks later, they buried Bob Hoover next to Jim Howard, small cemetery, Tennessee. Headstones, side by side. Lieutenant James Howard, 1922 to 1944. Captain Robert Hoover, 1922 to 2016. Together, finally. 72 years. Funeral. Everything Bob wanted. No military pomp, no jets overhead. Just family, friends, stories. Stories. About boy. From Tennessee. Became legend. Flew faster than sound. Tested aircraft. Edge of possible. But greatest flight, impossible flight, was the one where he brought brother home. After funeral. Family gathered graves. Sarah's son, Bob's grandson. Placed 2 model airplanes, headstones, P-51 Mustangs, wings touching. "Like they flew," he said. Together. Family stood autumn sun, wind rustling trees. For moment, just moment. Sarah could swear. She heard it. Sound of engines, distance. 2 engines. Flying formation. She looked up. Sky. Where father spent life. Smiled. "Fly safe, Dad," she whispered. "You've got wingman back." Sound faded. Into clouds. Cemetery quiet again. But not empty. Never empty. Some friendships do not end with death. Some promises last forever. Bob Hoover. Jim Howard. 2 boys, Tennessee. Learned to fly. Went to war. Together. Made promise. Bring each other home. No matter what. In the end. Against all odds. Against time itself. They kept promise. Bob brought Jim home. From that beach. Pacific. Jim brought Bob home. His own way. Through 72 years. Purpose. Meaning love. Together now. Small cemetery. Quiet street. 3 houses apart. Like always. Wingmen. Brothers. Friends. Forever. And somewhere. Endless sky. 2 engines hum, flying side by side like they always did, like they always will. This is their story of impossible flight, unbreakable bond. Bob Hoover, Jim Howard, and promise. Changed everything, no matter what.